What's up, everybody? Hopefully, everyone's having a good day today. I thought let's do something fun. Enough about the home issues. Let's talk about cooking. People are at home a lot more nowadays, obviously, due to COVID-19. And I thought I'd bring on a friend of mine, Carson, who is a master chef and going to whip up something cool for us today. So, Carson, go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me on, and yeah, excited to be here. I'm a teacher. I like building authentic communities around food and helping people feel nourished and nourish the people in their lives. So that's what I do, and I'm going to show you guys a quick little dinner tonight.
I love it. So, what do we have for us today?
All right, so I thought it'd be fun to do a quick taco, and I'm big on meal prepping, and I think that has a bad rap sometimes, but the way I see meal prepping is just investing time up front so that you can save time later, right? So I have some cooked chicken here, right? See that in both cameras?
Yep.
Cooked chicken, just salt and pepper, nothing else on that. And so now I'm gonna reheat it, and I can add some seasonings to it now, right? And this will only take a couple minutes, so just a little oil in the pan. I'm gonna put some seasoning in, so a little bit of cumin, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of chili powder, right? Nothing crazy, you can use whatever you have on hand. And since the chicken's already cooked, this is like an instant taco. So we're just heating it up, right? So there's not a whole lot that goes into this.
I can almost smell it from here.
Yeah, those spices, cumin and chili powder, they just pop. You can hear that all over the house. Smell it all over the house. So just a little bit of water in there. I think people are afraid to cook with water sometimes because they think it's gonna dilute the flavor, but really it helps absorb into the meat, you know? So if you're using pre-cooked proteins, just adding a dash of water just to splash in there. This chicken will soak it all up. So just crank this up to high now. And we'll have tacos in like, I don't know, a minute and a half maybe.
So for those people that are interested in kind of getting the recipe for this one, maybe we can post it in the comments below so people can replicate what you're doing.
Totally, yeah, I can post that for them when we get off here. And yeah, and whatever protein you have, I mean, if you don't have chicken pre-cooked, you can do this with eggs. Just scramble the eggs and add the spices in. You know, scrambled eggs don't have to be just salt or you know, little seasoning on. You can really use whatever you want. And if you the water's pretty much already cooking out. It's cooking into the chicken. So,
what's your favorite dish to cook?
Honestly, tacos are one of my favorites. You know, I love not always the quick ones, but you know, doing like a barbacoa or something slow roasted and doing a nice sauce. I think tacos make everyone smile, and you can do them a million different ways. And my favorite part is with the leftovers of tacos, you can turn them into bowls, salads, wraps. You know, you can eat it in so many different ways too. So yeah, I love making tacos.
I think that's awesome. So for those people who are watching this, Carson is kind enough to give the people out there watching a free cookbook. So tell us a little bit about the cookbook.
Yeah, so the cookbook is something that a lot of people have been asking me for a while, and you know, we're home now, and I put some more time to it, and thought I'd you know, give that while people are learning how to cook. Seems like all my friends that are working consulting jobs and 80 hours a week are now cooking.
Oh no. Are you
it's some other things there besides also just my general thoughts on food and how I think it's a beautiful thing that everyone can do. Yeah.
very, very cool. Awesome. I love it. So I'll have a link to the free cookbook here in the end. So so what are we doing? What do we got down there? We got the little tortillas.
Yeah. So these are tortillas. I'm just heating up directly on the flame. Get a little char on there. Great way to heat these up. I mean, you could just heat this up and seriously just eat it raw like that, but good way to get some char. If you don't have a gas stove, you can put them in the oven. Put them on broil and you get that char the same way.
Now, what are the main ingredients? So you talk about like ingredients that everyone should have on hand. Like, what are the main ingredients that you think that are good for people to have at home?
Yeah, well, to list a few, onions, garlic, lemons. If you have those, you can cook so many different things. Whatever proteins you like having, just having those on hand, chicken, salmon. I think with those, you know, I like to buy, honestly, I buy frozen salmon because most of the time it's already frozen in the store. They just charge you $2 extra to thaw it for you. So I buy frozen fillets, always have those in my freezer. Beyond that, rice, pasta, beans, can of black beans. If you have these things in your pantry, you can cook, 20 different dinners out of the same ingredients. And eggs. Eggs are the top of that list. If you have eggs, you're good to go. So, all right. So these are charred up, and yeah, that's we're just gonna top and see. Most of that water is just completely gone now. So I'm gonna put the cheese here in the bottom so that it melts.
Who's your favorite chef? Like, who did you draw inspiration from?
That's a great question. Growing up, I always gravitated towards the British chefs. Jamie Oliver, later on Gordon Ramsay. Jose Andres is awesome. Right now, I'm really digging Rene Redzepi. He's a Danish chef, one of the top chefs in the world, doing some cool stuff. He's actually one of the top restaurants in the world, and he's opening up his restaurant Noma as a burger stand, just so anyone in Copenhagen can afford to eat at his place.
That's an awesome city. I've been to Copenhagen. It's beautiful there.
Yeah, I've never been, but did you go to Noma, or did you hear about it when you were there?
No, have not been to that place, but Copenhagen is a really, really pretty city and a lot of great restaurants there.
Yeah, it's really cool when you see places like that have a great food scene, because you don't think of the Nordic, the polar areas as having this robust food, but almost more reason for them to be creative and make interesting things.
I love it. That looks really good.
Yeah, making a mess here on the plate, but the tacos will be yummy. Gordon Ramsay will yell at me for the plating, but it's okay. we won't tweet at him. And then I just have, so one of the things I love to have prepped is just some yummy sauces. So I actually made this last week, but it's an avocado crema, just an avocado sour cream. It's still good. If you have sauces in the fridge that are ready to go, it makes dinner even quicker too. And then just a little sriracha. Ooh.
It's like an artist.
Like an artist, a very messy artist. Yeah, but there you go. I mean, tacos in under 5 minutes.
So what time is that going to be outside my front door?
I'll get Grubhub on that immediately.
That looks amazing. Good stuff. So for people that want to follow you, tell us the specifics about where they can find your information and all the stuff that you have going on.
Yeah, so we'll link the cookbook, but if you want to check out some other stuff, you can go to my website, carsonsweezy.com. Cookbook's on there. All my social handles are on there. And all my socials are just at Carson Sweezy. So Instagram, I post there daily. Facebook, I post there pretty much daily. I'm also on TikTok. If you're into TikTok, I'm making a lot of TikTok videos, cooking videos. So Carson Sweezy on TikTok as well.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today, Carson. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think, thanks for having me on, Dan. I appreciate you having me on. And if anyone's looking for real estate advice, I'd, recommend you're a great guy to talk to, and you know the area really well. And you know other people in the area. You're having me on as a guest, so it's awesome.
I appreciate that. Well, awesome. Check out Carson. Check out those amazing looking tacos. And again, thanks for joining us today. Very cool.